What's up guys, MSD here, back with another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. I hope you enjoyed that cool little graphic at the beginning of this video. Shout out to Clobber in Time for making that. Link to his channel will be in the description. Make sure to go subscribe, show him some love. He's just starting his YouTube channel and he could use all the support that he can get. So please go show him some love. But here we are with a Man-Thing solo of the GrandMaster. Now I can say, this was the hardest solo that I've done for the GrandMaster. Just because Man-Thing, as a character, isn't really designed for fights like this. He's more of a defensive bound character with a few quirky pieces of offensive utility here and there, but in the overall spectrum of the game, you don't see people taking their Man-Things into Labyrinth of Legends or the Abyss. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to see if he could do it. Took me a few tries. Again, I'll say it once. I'll say it as many times as I need to. This was the hardest one-shot that I have gotten on the GrandMaster. Primarily due to the fact that something very crucial happened in the second phase. That was very bad. Along with, me getting hit there, totally doesn't help. But in the second phase, something very, very, very bad happens, and that almost ends my run. But your boy pulls it back. I get, I don't zone out. I'm like, all right, Man-Thing, take the wheel. And that's exactly what I let him do. I just let Man-Thing take the wheel, and he led me to victory. So we've got Special 1 minigame here. Excuse me. Special 1 minigame here. First one's already, always very easy because the spawn time of the challenges is faster, so it gets you acclimated to how the fight's going to be functioning. So all the other special ones, if you pay attention, spawn at the exact same time, but the first special one he throws in Phase 1, all the prompts show up right before the actual animation. But this is what happens in the first phase that's bad. Not only do I get full comboed, but I get hit by a heavy, and then I fail the next challenges. My blunder count goes from 0 to 4 really quick, and I couldn't do anything about it. I don't know what happened. I got hit there. I really don't know what happened. I'm gonna think that it's just because I'm not used to using Man-Thing, because he's very clunky. Not like a champion such as Venom, who is a big character, but he's very fluid, he's very fast. So Man-Thing, he's very clunky. His animations are slow, and I feel like I needed to get kind of a grip on that, and eventually in this fight I do, but at the beginning, yeah, it's not what happens, man, and, I slip up at the beginning, and it almost cost me the entire fight. So here we go with another special one, Dex. We got block, tank, and block. Go back in, we're gonna go for the intercept, and we nail it. One good thing about Man-Thing in this fight, I'm gonna say thing a lot, is his reach on his heavy attack, or on his light attack, my bad, is pretty good. So the reach on his light is very long in terms of other champions in this game. It's very long, and that helps, getting the... I think I want to call it a leadium. Dave calls it a sidestep, but I want to call it a leadium, just because you're leading them in to your light attack by their own medium. So I think I'm going to call it a leadium, maybe just a lead, a shortened version of it, but who knows? Tell me if you like that, or you want it to be something else. How do you like the sound of, at least for me, when I'm referring to it, countering their medium with your light as a leadium or a lead? I like the sound of it, but, I could just, like what I make, and that's why you're a YouTuber. You like what you make. I digress. That right there, that 2 blunder gain scared the hell out of me. I was so scared that I made it all the way back to the GrandMaster, and I was gonna die in the second phase. So I said to myself in my mind while I was jamming out to Cruel Summer by Ace of Base, this isn't how it's going to end. Man-Thing has to prove himself to the rest of the world. Everyone else shunned them. Everyone else shunned him for being just another Mystic champion released during Comic-Con. He had no hype. Brian tried to hype him up, but the hype it wasn't enough. But this, hopefully, combined with Brian's hype, will bring Man-Thing to the rightful glory place he deserves to be in. So I did this for you, Brian. I hope you're watching. And Man-Thing told me to tell you that he loves you. So, back to the fight at hand. We just did that full cycle perfectly, got every single mission completed, which is awesome, which means I'm not dead yet, which means I don't have to suffer from a 5th blunder and die. So, right now I'm playing very cautiously, just got another lead right there, gain a buff, so throw my special 1, very nice. Another good thing about Man-Thing for this fight, even though I don't recommend him at all, is when you're below 50%, when you're below 50%, you gain a regen buff on activation of any single special attack. So the regen may be small, but it's at least, it's at least 4 or 5%, and that adds up over time, man. So let's say you get hit, drop to like 35%, after 2 or 3 special ones, you're back up to 50. But the only downside is it's only below 50. Now, if Man-Thing triggered a Fury and a regen on activation of every special attack regardless of health, people would be talking about Man-Thing a little bit more, because that's really nice, and I really wish it was like that, because if Man-Thing had that ability built in to his signature, if his signature was changed from percentile-based triggering to just flat-out triggering, that would be amazing, not only for Man-Thing, but for Man-Thing lovers. That would just make it so awesome, because he's a cool character. He has very unique, atypical abilities, and they're unique. That's all I'll say. The ability to not gain a critical hit is nice. Bleed immune's always nice. He applies his own buffs, which is good for MD, and he has an armor break and a poison, and he's one of the only champions in the game besides King Groot to have that ability, an armor break and a poison. So as you can see there, right before his infuriation phase, I actually idled for a second just so I could have enough spacing with my heavy to get in a few before I actually have to go ham with these light attack intercepts. So first prompt is assigned to me. It's perform 3 well-timed blocks. This is by far my least favorite prompt. It's not only, well, it's not my favorite prompt because it's difficult. It's my least favorite prompt because of what it does to your spacing. It pushes you back so much, and if you don't have enough spacing in this fight, you can get cornered and you can get screwed. So the perform well-timed block mission is definitely my least favorite of all of them, because all the other missions are not that bad. The other okay one is knockdown, but honestly, if you have a special one, you're fine. You're good. So we just turned inverted. He got strike my block, which is actually really good when you're inverted, because you can just go straight into his block, don't have to worry about anything. And we got him wounded, but unfortunately we didn't have any crit luck. We got 1 or 2 crits in that entire wounded phase. Very sad, but Man-Thing, he keeps trucking on. He doesn't care. Man-Thing knows, all that matters is I get the one shot. Man-Thing, he's very self-conscious, so he's, very prone to understanding these complex situations, such as how to deal with the Grandmaster. So Man-Thing, he knows. He's ready. He's ready for anything. But sometimes it gets a little dicey. Sometimes it gets a little challenging. But right there, this is where I thought, alright, it's over. Gotta restart. But luckily, not only did he not crit, but those beams didn't do a lot of damage, so I triggered my Heimdall regen synergy, gained back 10% of my health. I'm thinking, alright, I have another 10% to mess with, I can't fail another special one, and I excuse me, I have to complete all the prompts perfectly. I can't miss a prompt. I can only miss one and, stay safe. So that's really kind of scary when you have an ultimatum in the final phase. You're not just perfectly dexing the special one every single time, and you're all happy-go-lucky. When you have an ultimatum, it makes it much more challenging because you actually have to take some risks. And when you have 3 tokens of blunder, you can't really mess around. So we get off the special 3, we bring him down to 10% health, and things are looking okay right now. My health isn't the greatest, 29% going up to 30 with the regen. That's okay, but something I do right now is actually pretty clutch. I anticipate him throwing his special one right before inverted, and I waited out just because I knew he would try and throw it the second inverted turned, so I waited just before inverted turned and got it. Once I turned inverted, got that beautiful reparry, so the perfect block mission just gets in the bin, and now it's just dash back. That's super easy. He baits the special one. That's perfect. Everything's looking good right now. Everything is looking up Man-Thing. So we get the final dex on that dash back mission. He throws another special one. I am really getting excited, but I'm really getting nervous at the same time because one little slip up and I am dead. But he challenges knock me down, so that allows me to trigger yet another regeneration, bringing my health back up a little bit more. He throws the special one at the perfect time. My tokens have really shot up. I'm almost at 20. And I have another special one in the tank, so if I need to throw that just for safety reasons, I have it ready. I need him to throw this last special one, and he actually does. He plays into Man-Thing, right into Man-Thing's swamp-like hands, and it's time for Man-Thing to prove himself. We finally get him wounded, dealing 163k mediums, 100k lights, and it's intercept time, boys. And Man-Thing, he loves to intercept so much that he nails it right there. So we go for the medium intercept, and then triple light, and then medium, and then triple light, and then medium, and then triple light. So we kind of get into this rhythm of switching back and forth. I find that to be the most effective, because if you go all light, you could get screwed, but if you go all medium, he could not dash in, and then you could get extra screwed. But there we go. That's the Man-Thing one-shot of the Grandmaster. Got the perfect bonus on the special 3, and Man-Thing takes him down. Thank you all so much for watching this Man-Thing solo of the Grandmaster, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.